So let's go back. And we got all the information here. So now we've looked at the company. We looked at the products. And let's see what else we got here. Let's look at the jobs. Okay, so Watergate Pharmaceuticals is currently looking for suitable candidates for the following positions. Please address all applications to Josephine McCart, head of HR. All right. Chief Operating Officer. We urgently are looking for a Chief Operating Officer to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. What we expect, many years of work experience. Usually there's like how many years they really want, but okay. In leading management position, preferably in the pharmaceutical industry, deep knowledge of the pharmacy market, master's degree in business economics or similar, language proficiency in English, French, and Chinese desirable, a traditional-oriented character with a mindset that is nevertheless open for new challenges, a competitive and motivated spirit. We offer ambitious and challenging role with high responsibilities at one of the most renowned pharmaceutical companies in the country. Now, I kind of wonder, when they were putting this together, I kind of wonder what they actually looked at for a resume, like what company they actually looked at to kind of pull this kind of detail out. A safe job is one of the most stable and promising industries. Okay, a competitive salary, dynamic team with a friendly and cooperative atmosphere. There's also research internment. Internment, yes. Wow. Yeah. Internship. As a research intern, you will be in a scientific research team for 3 to 6 months with support it with your assistance. We expect undergraduate and studies of post. Okay, so that's a bachelor's degree. Chemistry, biology, or similar fields, reliability and team spirit. So you got to at least have a 4-year degree. An interesting insight in an exciting, fast-moving industry, a dynamic team with a friendly, cooperative atmosphere. If you cannot qualify for any of these positions, or blah, 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 we will be happy to receive your application. Keep it in your CV and our candidate database in order to contact you as soon as matching opens. Okay, cool. So they are looking for a COO and a research internship. Okay, that's interesting here. Let's go on. All right, so we've read the products, we've read this and the jobs. All right, let's see. Is there anything on the listener yet? No, nothing there. Okay, so that's interesting. Oh, you know what? I should go back to her portfolio here. There's got to be something I missed in here. No, you can't take that picture. Okay. And I already added all that. Okay, so. All right, let's look at the other headlines here. Additional headlines. Okay, let's look at the negotiations in Trufilth that failed. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Trufilth. Trufilth, that's a great name. Trufilth, whatever. Blaine encourages renewal. Peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital city of Trufilth have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Cassart abruptly cut off communication with the opposition representatives as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organization of re-elections. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It has been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into the shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighboring country, and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. Interesting. Okay, so that's world events essentially. Okay, what else here? All right, so gotta see where I have to go now. So can I go anywhere else? parents have closed targets at risk, not criminal case. Means daughter pharmaceutical, quit previous job to focus on art, and was previously arrested for assault. All right, that's her handle on the UTEL and contacts. Okay. Oh. Okay, so let's look at the profile here. So here's the relationships here. Bruno Watergate. Okay, that's his daughter. I wonder, can I go back to the company? Oh, there we go. I wonder if I can take his picture. No, I can't. It'd be nice if we could, though. At least you have like an ID of them. But looks like you can't do that. Watergate. All right, so nothing in here yet. And you can't click on those yet. All right. So let's go back to the chat. And I wonder if I can upload this to the thing. Let's go back to this. Oh, maybe I already did. Yeah, okay, I guess I did already light that up. So, Joseph Langley, Freedom's attorney. Platinum card. Okay, I've already done that. Alright. So, nothing else happening here. Insider is closed. What else should I read here? I guess headlines. There's more. Movie shooting complete. Okay, so let's go to this real quick. The shooting of The Grey Shadows saga has finished, or finalized. Third part of the saga to hit movie theaters next Valentine's. Alright, so this is the updated photograph. Rhubarb Productions, that's awesome. Hillberry. After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton, self-proclaimed visionary director Sumishi Aran announced that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama, 100 Grey Shadows, has finally come to an end. Announced via his Timeline's profile yesterday, the brash director said he was eager to begin post-production and the final editing stages before the conclusion to Grey Shadows series would hit the cinemas on Valentine's Day next year. The third and final chapter in the Grey Shadows saga, previously releases being a Grey Shadow and another Grey Shadow, well, that's original, was announced to be released almost 4 years ago, but was postponed numerous times due to production problems. Fans have speculated that this was largely due to a breakdown of Hollywood. The breakdown of Hollywood powerful couple Betty Avon and Mike McDeal, who have had long-lasting quarrels during the filming as a result. One production hand was reported to say that these spats were getting out of control, and that completion of the scene featuring both actors was nothing short of pulling teeth. When we reached out to Rhubarb Productions to get a comment, they declined the rumors and claimed them to be mere speculation. Aha, interesting. All right, so let's go back here. All right. Okay, so we've done all these. And gotta go back to her now. Yeah, so I don't really have anything to update yet. Okay, so that didn't really update anything. Okay, so go back to this. I'm going to just see if there's anything in here that might be pertinent to add. I'm just scanning right now to see. All right, so I guess I'll have to put this in here too. Junior COO. I guess I missed that one. There we go. I guess that way everything stays in the family. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Yes, she did. All right, so that opens up more headlines. Okay, Documents that you've already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when this happens. All right. The National Beholder just published a new article you may want to look at to see if there's any new information available. Crime rate continues to drop. All right, let's take a look at this. On Tuesday morning, the Ministry of Security, Ministry of Truth, published the new crime statistic report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. I'll click on that in a second. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established, which will have considerable impact preventing further incidents. Okay, let's click on the safety bill here. Okay, so let's see. This is for per 100,000. This is the years. Okay, so crime rate started to climb over these last few years. So it peaked at over 550,000, roughly, maybe 540,000, and then it declined a little bit. But then the safety bill from the party is passed, and then it's been a complete decline. The party is elected into the government, and then it just completely goes down, and you kind of wonder why. What did they implement? What kind of spying did they add? Well, the safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Yeah, we've kind of seen how that works in the real world, haven't we? Central to the safety bill is simplified, sped up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety. Okay, so something about this is interesting, because anytime a law is passed, it does tend to strip away rights and freedoms. Some can be good and some can be horrible. And the way I'm getting is that this safety bill was designed as a prejudge of character, if you will. They put it under the banner of safety bill, but what was really behind it? Well, it seems the invention of Orwell. At least that's what I'm getting at right now. And this is very early in the game, so I'm kind of putting this together like that. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transitioning through the nation. Okay, so think about this. Papers, please. Something that happened in Germany and in the Soviet Union back in the day. In order to travel from area to area, you had to prove yourself. You had to prove your paperwork. That's what this is. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded as potentially dangerous. Well, that's kind of a thing now. That's what a background check does. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total numbers of acts of crime and terrorism committed have decreased continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. So this is the Parge's peacekeeping mission. So let's continue. The terrorist incident of 2008 was the terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Parges, a region torn by civil unrest for years, by the order of the previous government. So interesting how they're blaming the previous administration for these follies. Sound familiar? To fix our predecessor's mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants, so for the good of the people, serving the many, neglecting the few. what was it? Spock's quote was, "The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few." Mm-hmm. Yeah. Think about that for a second. Let that sink into your head for a second, what that actually means. After the Parge's peacekeeping mission had been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighboring country to perform tasks including the distribution of aid packages containing food in addition to health and hygiene products to the mostly impoverished population, the rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells, training local police and military forces. Due to a recent stabilization in the Parges, we have been able to reduce the number of stationed forces while leaving the overall goals of the peacekeeping mission intact. See how creepy that sounds? See how creepy that is? Basically becoming the police of the world. And that's not always a good thing. You need countries to be able to guard themselves. You can train them, but then let them manage it. They need to be trained so they can manage it on their own. They don't need hand holding. And I think that's a lot what's happening today is we handheld too long. All right, so that's the projects, which I already read. And what else? That startup. I don't know why the jobs are there. Let's see. Let's go back here. Okay. Okay, why is that? Okay, so that's interesting. All right, so we are looking for a chief operating officer to replace the retired. Okay, so this is... I don't know why it wants me to add this, but okay. Maybe I could have deleted that one. I don't know. It's a related document. Or maybe I was wrong. And nothing stays in the family. Well, ouch. This is probably what she meant by quitting her job. Good. All right. Currently, I'm thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change. Don't you agree? Yeah, she probably did. Let's find out what happened between these two lives of hers and what may have caused this radical shift. All right, let's continue. Because this video is actually going long, I'm going to probably edit it into a couple of parts. And I'll kind of figure out a good place to actually cut it, and then it'll be continued later on. Because this can be very long. All right, here's her timeline. Okay, I'm going to upload this picture because, yeah, needs to have an updated picture. Okay, notice, no place of residence. But we do have a birth date. And she has art and music activism. So this has definitely got to be added because that, seems to be a good thing. Yeah, no doubt. What a lineup. No doubt. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Okay, so this is basically her Facebook page or whatever you want to call it. Her timelines. All right, the targets, painting, Alice in Wonderland, my cat Kikiko. All right. So I'm going to just start from the top and work my way down. Woohoo, the first day of freedom, far away from the shackles of the Watergate farming. All right. What? Who's going to pay for your stuff now? Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay my bills. Don't worry about me. Or don't you worry about me. Okay, very angry girl. Despised puppets of the state. You have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There's nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. F all of you government lackeys. Well, angry girl, you gonna be in trouble. Because you can already see that she's already got hostility. We aren't fond of you either. All right. Sweetie, what's the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out of that time. You gotta get out from time to time. You'll feel so much better. Mary, just shut your freaking mouth, okay? I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again, I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about you, care about my best friend. But no matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder, in that case, that's in the past now. Okay, interesting. All right, so this is conflicting information. It's a broken friendship. You know, I'm going to take a chance with this one. Not all conflicting data chunks have yet been found. Upload is strongly discouraged. Okay, well,